Picked up this lawnmower today for $25. Wouldn't run. Weird, right? Well, had no spark. And the way we know that is because of the way it is. Now, so easy way to tell. We're gonna pop this bad girl off. This is your spark plug wire. And if you wanna know how you don't have spark, you can go like this. You can pop any spark plug in there. I'm only doing this for the purposes of a video. But what you can do is take this spark plug out, and what you're gonna need is a spark plug wrench, usually 13/16, and you'll pop that spark plug to the side. We're gonna do this a little bit easier way. I'm actually just gonna connect this random spark plug here that I know works. What you wanna do is take this spark plug and put it up against something metal and unpainted. So an easy place for this is one of these rusty bolts right here. And then what you're gonna go ahead and do, so you can get it to kind of sit there. Let's try that. Come on. Let's try it right to the frame. That should work. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this. And you guys watch. See if it makes spark. Another way to do this is if you want to get super fancy, invest a tiny bit of money, you can actually take, where is it? Take the plug off and insert what's called a spark plug spark tester in there. They're pretty cheap, and we can watch. I'll get you a better angle on this. So watch, and if this illuminates, when we have spark. Oh, interesting. As you noticed, there was no spark. An easy way to figure out why your lawnmower doesn't have any spark is to go ahead and pull your engine brake handle, and that will actually actuate this cable. What that cable is doing, if you watch closely, when I pull the handle, it moves that lever to the side. But unfortunately, not enough. What it's supposed to do, this right here is supposed to either make contact or not make contact when you pull that handle. And what it's doing right now is it's making contact even when I do pull the handle, which is grounding out the engine to the frame and not allowing the lawnmower to have any spark. So what we're gonna do, just to solve this problem temporarily, is take one of these bad girls, and don't worry, the GoPro's on the way here in the mail. We're gonna simulate having a working cable, just to see if this lawnmower will run on its own. So I'm going to move this to the side, use this zip tie, and the only reason I don't recommend doing this is because as soon as I let go of my handle, it's still not going to turn the lawnmower off. So it's kind of unsafe, but if you need to use your mower in a pinch and your cable stops working, this is a good solution. Let's see if this thing runs. Before you do this, make sure your lawnmower's got oil. Perfect, right where it needs to be. Make sure it's got gas. Let's see. Yep, got a little bit in there. If you want to get really invested, just pop this little screw out and you'll check your air filter. Make sure there's not a huge rat's nest in there. If you can see straight down in the carb, I'm gonna give it a little prime, some gas. Yourself a working lawnmower. And I'm going to go ahead and replace the cable, and I'm sure some of you may have never done that before, so I will show you how. Let's Let's make sure I'm in a spot where you can see. Alright, so just because I'm always working on mower is the safest thing to do. Unplug your spark plug wire, so just in case, I mean in this case we know it won't start because it doesn't have any spark plug. It's current setup, but always good practice to just take that wire off. So we're going to cut these zip ties out. Up there. Somebody's already jerry-rigged this thing up pretty bad. But disconnect all of these. And if you look closely, there's a little plastic clip here. I'm going to go ahead and give that a yank, and it'll pop right out. That's what the zip tie was holding on because this plastic piece broke. And then we're going to go ahead and, this is like a Z shape, pull it towards us and straight out. That'll disconnect your cable from the top. And this thing's actually routed through here. There's a little clip in there that will pop out like this. It's a little bit hard with one hand. Okay, set that on the side. This whole thing comes apart. Pop the cable off. Put your clip back on so you don't lose it. Now, for the annoying part, not that bad, but I'll prop the guys back up here. Again, getting the GoPro real soon, so bear with me. It's in the mail. Now, what you're trying to do here, there's actually two little plastic ears, one there, one on top. Squeeze these with a needle nose plier or any kind of pliers, and then pull outward. Then you're going to pull it through the little slit here, and then your cable will come loose. And just like the top part of the cable, Z pulls out. Then what I'd recommend, this is where it broke, so the cable wasn't actually doing anything. Just bring this with you to a shop, to a lawnmower shop, and say I need a new cable. Also take a picture of your serial and model number, and that way you know you're getting the right one. If you can't compare the right size. But another thing you can do, like I said, if you are in a lawnmower shop, you can, all you need is this to be the proper length. So from this Z to that Z at the bottom has to be approximately the same length. There's a couple ways to modify it. If you guys want me to show you a video on how to make a random lawnmower cable within means work for your application and save you 10 or 15 bucks. If you find a lawnmower in the dump, just grab it, because there's a big chance you're gonna end up being able to use a bunch of parts off of it. I have a bunch of cables here. I'm gonna probably resell this lawnmower. Like I said, I picked it up for 25 bucks and it looks really good. We're gonna wash it up and sell it, but I think I will be investing the $13 in a new cable and not have to worry about putting a questionable one on there for someone else's application. But like I said, we'll probably do a couple other things, maybe throw a new spark plug in this. But I hope this helps some of you in figuring out if and what the solution is for your lawnmower with no spark. Good luck.